Welcome one and all to Grassroots to Greatness. So by now you've seen the thumbnail and you know we've got a job and you know where we're starting. We are starting, I think it was 3 hours and 38 minutes away from where I live currently at Weymouth FC. So for those of you who are new to this save, other channels do it. I started doing it, I think it was 2013, 14 time, maybe 15. I can't fully remember, but I basically start off below the Vanarama North and South Leagues, and then we move around the UK, Europe, maybe even further afield this year, we'll see. And it's a case of I will do what I would do in real life in said situations. So you're probably thinking, Weymouth FC, it's 3.5 hours away from where you live, would you really do that in real life? And I actually spoke to my wife about this and I said to her, look, what would we do if this came up? And she said, well, I know it's a dream of yours to be a football manager, so we'd find a way around it. God bless her. We'd find a way around it, she said. So I decided we'll go for it. We went for the interview, Weymouth. We got the job. It's really, really great. The contract isn't so great. £240 a week we're on before tax. So it's about 210 after tax. So roughly it's around about £1,040 a month and 12,000 something a year. Okay, so it's not a lot. So we're having to get a part-time job. So I had a little look around the Weymouth Gazette. I don't know if that's is that even a real paper? And found myself a second job, a part-time job, 4 nights a week. I'm delivering pizzas for Domino's. So if you're watching Domino's and you want to sponsor me with free pizza for this advertisement, I would be very, very much appreciated. But I do have to add, other pizza chains are available. Also, you can sponsor me too. So that is going to top us up by around, I think it was around about £557 a month. So all in all, I worked out I'd be getting around about £1,600 a month after tax. So I needed to find somewhere to live. All right. And I had a look and I found this place. £400 a month for basically the room I'm sat in now with a kitchen. And I can't see a toilet. So I was a bit worried about that, a bit concerned. But hey ho, there you go. That's what we're looking at. And then I was sort of thinking about it, and I have spoken to my wife. I said to my wife, I said, look at this place, £400 a month. You'd have to pay if I really did this, £400 a month. And then she said, we've got that dandy outside. For those who don't know what a dandy is, it's like a trailer tent sort of thing. It's a step up from a trailer tent, step below a caravan, kind of a retro thing. We go camping, we use that a lot. So I said, that's it. I'd just take it to Weymouth. So we are living in a trailer tent in Weymouth for our first job. And I didn't used to do this on Grassroots to Greatness, and I have to admit I am pinching this off Lelujo and Loki, because I just really like the way they do that. I think it's really cool. It adds a little something. So I thought you may like that as well. The fact that I've had to get a part-time job and I'm living in a trailer tent to see me through my dream of being a football manager on this series, I thought that'd be pretty funny as well. So anyway, with that all done, let's crack on with the game. Here we are then. We are at Weymouth FC, a lovely little club. I used to know somebody who played for them years and years ago. Well, I knew his girlfriend anyway. She was my mum's hairdresser before she moved up there to be with him forever. So there you go. Nice little bit of information about somebody you don't know and will never know. So these are the competitions we're in this season. We are in the Evo Stick Southern Premier League. We are also in the FA Cup, the FA Trophy and the Southern League Cup. So big money to be had in the Southern League Cup for sure. Talking of money, we've got £23,800 in the bank as we speak. We are slightly overspending on wages by £700. I'll show you why in a moment. And I think we should be all right financial wise. I'm hoping. I pray to God we are anyway. In terms of transfers, we have had more trials than a courtroom, I can tell you. We have, though, whittled down and brought in 3 players to try and improve the squad. One of them is Dean Sinclair. He used to play for Grimsby back in the day. He's been around a bit. He's 32 years of age, but at this level he's going to be really good. Bit of grit in midfield, very determined. He's got good penalty taking, good passing. Tackling's alright, but for this level he's a reasonable player for this level. I think he could do a really good job for us. Could play in central midfield across all three, defensive, central and attacking, so you know, he should be alright. He should be alright. Dan Smith we've brought back to the club for his third spell. He was at Weymouth in 09-10 season, he was here in the 12-13 season, and now he's back for the 17-18 season. So he knows the club, he knows what it's all about. We're glad to have him back. It's a lovely day for all involved, and he should be doing all right out on the wide positions on the right. He can also play on the left, which helps us out because we like to swap them from side to side during the game. So he's 28, he's worth £3,000. He's not going to set any trees on fire with his excellent skills and sparks of genius, but he's a good player for this level, so I think we'll be good there. This one's probably the best of the three that we've brought in. Lee Hills, he's come in. He's a former Crystal Palace trainee back in the day, and I'm sure I remember signing him on loan quite a bit in the past from Crystal Palace, and I'm sure I managed him at Whitehawk when I did a save with Whitehawk a couple of years ago. I'm sure I've managed him before, so he's by far one of the best players at the club. He's not quite Callan Buckley level, but I'll have a look at him in a minute, but he's a decent player nonetheless. So this is the squad. It's not massive. You can see we've still got some trial players in. Going to be difficult to bring them in because we are over our wage budget, like I said, and they want a lot more than we are prepared to offer. But we also have James Hayter on loan. Now he's 38 now, but he has been an absolute legend of a player throughout his career. Rich on Twitch will know from his days at Doncaster. People will know from his days at Bournemouth. He annoyed the crap out of me when he was at Yeovil because he always scored against Crewe. He's recently been at Haverton Waterlooville. Now he's come on loan to us, and he's got a hip injury and he's out for 3 to 4 months, and it won't let me cancel his loan. So we are paying £300 a week for a player that can't play. Brilliant. We also have Stefan Zuber. Now he's been around a bit. I think he came on trial at Crewe not long ago. He's been at Plymouth, Bury, Bournemouth, York, and now he's at Weymouth. He started his career at Powell FC, and he's a good player for this level, very good. He's on £500 a week, and we're paying him that to be out for 3 to 4 months with a pulled knee ligament. Now that was an injury that was on here when we got here, so there's not much we could do about it. Can't release him, it'd cost too much, so we just got to suck it and see what happens there. A couple of players that are here on loan, we'll have a look at them as we go along. One that stands out in terms of star ratings though is Mark Travers. He's a young goalkeeper on loan from Bournemouth, so he's a decent player. He's come from a good level, got good stock. By far our best goalkeeper. According to this, is our only goalkeeper. Is that an oversight that I have not noticed? It is. Well, we've got a grey player called Taylor Merson, so we'll offer him a deal. We've done the same with this guy, Jazz Stedman. I like to offer this. People who have watched Grassroots to Greatness in the past know I will just offer random players with strange names, and I like his name as Jazz. I like it. So he is in. We also have a couple in the under-23s. Ollie Colley, it had to be done. Ollie Colley, he's got a nice comb over. Not a brilliant player. And Oladapo Derbyshire. I liked his name, so we offered him. He was a greyed out player. So there you go. That's what we've got to work with. That is what we've got to work with. There are other players that we can have a look at as we go along the way. Let's have a look at Callan Buckley before we get started. He is a former, again, Bournemouth player. He's been at Aldershot as well. He looks like a very good player for this level of football. In terms of star ratings, he is our best player, I believe. So he could be all right. He could be all right. Just quickly, before we crack on to the league, we are apparently expected to finish third. Kettering are favourites with Hereford, then us, Bishop Stortford, who were relegated, Gosport, who were relegated, are expected to finish in mid-table. So they expect us to do relatively well. I think we could do all right. A lot of it depends on just getting used to this level. So we'll see how we do in our opening game. And that is away at Redditch. I've done quick pick. I am going to start by trying the class of 22 tactic just to see how it works out here, and then we will doctor it to fit our surroundings. But this is what it's gone with. We do need to really bring in some players because we don't have enough to fulfill the bench at the moment. It's been difficult to get players, very difficult indeed, but we I mean, it's playing Hills out on the wing for a start, which is interesting. But I'm just going to have to go with what we've got at the moment and work at it and try and improve the squad as we can and where we can with what we can. So that's how that's going to have to work. It's even put Dan Smith. No, let's go with this. Let's go with this. Let's try that instead. If we try working with this, it's a little bit more suited to what we've got at the moment in terms of players. So yeah, we'll go with that. We're going to go with the 4-2-3-1, God help us. So we'll see how this works. But let's get cracking with the match. A lot of players are going to be lacking sharpness. Fitness is going to be an issue as well. That's going to be low. So we're just going to have to go with it and see what we can do. I've also got a shift at Domino's tonight, I think. After the game, we've got to get back to Weymouth. And now I've got to get on that moped and deliver them pizzas. Deliver them pizzas. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So Redditch are a team who have got some good players. They've had some very good players. I mean, Vinny Makunde at this level is very good to have. I don't know about Umbunga. I don't think I've seen him before. Stuart Fleetwood gets you goals at any level, it seems, on Football Manager over the years. So having looked to see if they've got anybody else I recognise. I don't think they have. But it's going to be a very difficult tie today in Redditch. Half my team are wearing Bournemouth kits from back in the day. That's quite funny. My assistant manager, who is Steve Farmer, somebody I actually know in real life, used to be the Bedworth manager. He's coming as my assistant for now. So just so you can see him and have a look at his stats. So we're going to kick off the match and hopefully we can kick off with a positive result. I would be happy with a point, if I'm honest, because I don't know what to expect. Oh, I love a cheeky little flick there from Fleetwood. And why is this starting so slow? Oh, he's nicked it. Oh, we nearly had an early goal there. I think, is that about the level we normally have it at? And then we'll crank that up. Replay events, goals. Yeah, I think that's about right. No, we don't want extended highlights. We only want key highlights. There we go. Initial setup complete. Oh, that was nearly a good ball. We're going to have to get used to as well at this level, seeing a lot of terrible football. That is a beautiful ball to Fleetwood and a good save from Travers. Do we need to slow this down a bit? Let's try slowing it down just a little bit. So in comes the ball. Carmichael intercepts it. He doesn't really know what to do with it and hoofs it along the field in a bit of a panic. Ashley Wells has been booked after 18 minutes. So far, so good. We're not playing brilliantly, but we're not losing. We do need to invest in strikers as quickly as possible, really. We've got 2 yellow cards as well already, which is a bit of a worry. But apart from that, there is absolutely naff all that's happened in this game. What's this telling me to do? We should... Oh, shut up. I can't play him in a more familiar position because I don't have anybody to play in the position at the moment because I'm still in the middle of a mass recruitment drive. It's telling me to close down Stuart Fleetwood. I should do that. And now what's happened? Oh, I've clicked the wrong thing. Yeah, I've clicked the wrong thing. Ignore that. Right, we're going to come in, passionately tell them that, oh dear, that's not gone very well, has it? I think we should encourage the team. We'll encourage the team and they all hate me. And they hate Steve Farmer. This has got off to a swimming start. Good Lord above. I do have very, very low stat levels. This seems very slow to me. We do have... Oh, for God's sake. Very, very... Will that thing stop updating so I can click on a freaking button? Thank you. We do seem to have very... Well, we do have very, very low stats. We've come in with a National C licence and Sunday League football experience. Go on. That's not right. So it's going to be an uphill struggle in that respect as well. They're in here. Oh, he's done Brooks. Oh, he's at the bar. Thank God for the woodwork. Thank God for the woodwork. I am going to change this. We're going to change this. We are going to try going to the 4-4-2. And I don't know who the hell I'm going to get to play up front. He's put Davis up front at the moment. That's not really very helpful. Wakefield can't play up front. I'm going to give Ben Thompson a shot up top. People are going to be screaming, going, "Oh, we're not playing to the strengths. You've not got the players to play that." I know that, but it's early doors, my friends. It's early doors. Don't panic. People who've been watching me a while will tell you, trust me, we'll get there. We'll be all right. Don't worry. Callan Buckley. Karen Buckley's been booked now. Let's ask them to get creative. Probably backfire. Good Lord, Hill's there. Come on. Here's Davis. Smith. Oh, it's found its way in. Oh no. Go on. Oh, is it the... Oh my goodness. Non-league football there for you kids. Go on. Go on. Oh. Non-league football. Right there. This will be 1-0. It is. That went in at a speed of light. McCarthy has sent the ball in to his own net. That is very unfortunate. It just hammered off him into the back of the net. Not the start we were hoping for. Let's be honest. But, you know, football and all that. I should have probably have tried going a bit hoofball a bit earlier on in the game. There's no point now because that's the end of it. But nonetheless, we've started terribly, but never mind. All right, and you don't... I'm just going to put it wasn't good enough. God, he's stressy. Deary me, it's going to take a long time to get these players to work around to what we want to do. Believe you me, that is a disappointing opening day, but I can cope with it because it's early doors. Look at Taylor Merson. Is he any good? He's terrible, but he's a backup and we can't afford to bring anybody else in at the moment, but we'll work on that. We will indeed work on that. In terms of staff as well, just so you can see what we are working with, we've managed to bring in a few people now, but we've got a head of youth development, a goalkeeping coach, a normal coach, a physio, and a head of physio, a chief scout, data analyst. We do have an under-23s manager. We have an under-18s assistant manager, but no under-18s manager, and we do have an under-18s coach. So, in terms of us going along, we'll be all right. And there's my stats. Just so you can see what we're working with here. It's not pretty. It's going to be a long old poke, I reckon. But we should be all right. Once we get a striker or two in, I think we'll be golden. I really do. And I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I really am. And just for those who are interested, that's the table after one game. Stratford top, Kettering second. Redditch beat us and they're only in 7th. That kind of upsets me a little bit. But these things are sent to try us, ain't they? It's early days, opening game. I've only been here like a week or something. Managed to bring a week or two. Managed to bring in a few players. So, you know, it's not the end of the world. We will pick things up eventually, he says, and we'll be all right. But hopefully you've enjoyed this first episode. If you have, give us a big thumbs up. Apologies if it was a little bit all over the place, but it's always a bit frightening when you come to a club and you have no idea what anybody is or where anything is or how anything goes. So hopefully things will pick up as we go along. But once again, guys, thank you for watching. Do massively appreciate it. Remember to hit the subscribe button if you're new here, and I'll catch you all in the next episode. I'm off for my first shift at Domino's. Bye bye.